Alright guys, welcome back to another episode. Definitely something different than we normally do, but we have a sim setup, you know, thanks to Nick. He invested in a nice Fanatec setup, and then thanks to the guys at Position Advance, Matt and Dom, hooked us up with a sim rig. Don't mind the TV being on the floor right now, because
Dom hates us because of that. He always tells us, dude, stop using the TV.
Yeah, but I mean, dude, it's at the right height right now, and then we haven't had time for Carlos to fabricate the stand for it, because we can't have it on a wall. The wall stand, this TV's too big and too heavy. So, yeah, don't mind the screen. But anyway, we're going to be talking about a few things, like Nick and his build, the year overall, while we're going to be simming. So, again, I'm Robert.
I'm Nick, if you haven't met me already.
Dillon.
I'm Ivan.
Yvonne.
If you guys watch our videos, Ivan is new to the team. And the reason we brought him on is, you know, we've been so busy, we barely have time to answer the phones, get back to everybody's replies. So, if you guys have talked to us recently, you probably talked to Ivan. Yeah. Well, real quick, so we're running spot right now. Right now, the record is 220.
220 and what?
0.393?
Which took him probably 50 laps to break.
No.
My original record. I left and
what was the record before that?
222.
All right. But anyway, I mean, it kind of works out, because why did you buy the sim in the first place, Nick?
Well, I mean, for the people that do know, obviously, I started taking driving more seriously when I came here. And I mean, I started at the beginning of the year, and
talking about me driving. Anyway.
No, but I think I bought the sim, I want to say the same, no, a little after I bought the car.
Right after you got the Supra.
Yeah, I think I bought the sim right after I bought the Supra, just because you know, from when I got the Supra in March, I definitely knew I wanted to take driving more serious and really take it to the higher competitive nature. So I got the recommendation over from my buddy Matt and Dom over at Position Advance. Matt's a really good friend of mine.
Ooh. Sorry, that was
and ultimately the sim is like the main reason to help with like mini instincts and ultimately like trying to recreate as real of a driving aspect as can be. So yeah, I mean, and it's helped me a lot. I could definitely tell, like, before, especially getting into the Supra, having to switch habits from, you know, being used to an all-wheel drive setup. If, for people that don't know, I used to have a 1996 Subaru that was fully built, track and everything like that. But going to the Supra, it was a rear-wheel drive platform, which is definitely new to me. And you can even ask Toby.
Well, let's take it back a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So it's December. It's literally like 2 days away from New Year's Eve right now.
Yeah.
And Nick bought his car in March of this year. So let's take it back there. I mean, I don't know anyone who's like moved to a new platform, never tracked before, first of all, bought a car, learned the platform, and then progress lap time wise and it, you know, driving wise as quickly as you. So that's why we're kind of talking about it today.
Yeah, I mean, well, one thing I have tracked occasionally, like more for fun.
Yeah.
You know, I mean prior, but my experience level
like
was
2 times.
Yeah, probably like a handful of events.
Yeah, and going back to that, I think part of that was having the sim, and then just going out on track.
True.
Because even the funny part was you didn't even want to buy a Supra, right?
I talked you into it.
all you guys. Yeah, because I mean, when I got rid of the Subi, obviously it wasn't even at that point. When I got rid of the Subaru, I wanted to get a new platform.
I can't beat it right now.
No.
Fuck it. 221.
Well, when I wanted to get into a new platform, the Supra wasn't even one of a forethought. It was just I wanted to get into a new car, right? I just wanted something more newer. Well, not even newer. I was wanting, the options were like a F80 M3, 997, but that didn't work out. And I think it was ultimately, it was the both of you guys, because you have a Supra. You used to have a Supra, right?
Supra.
Yeah, I'm bad at talking and driving.
But didn't you buy like a Like a GT3 or something?
So I bought a 997 GT3, really high mileage one. It was clapped out, but it was really cheap. And then I maybe had it for like what?
Like 3 hours?
Like 2 weeks. Just it was backdated and back fees that the previous owner didn't tell me about, and it was just all bad after that. So then I'm getting rid of that. And then that was when you were just like, well, if you want to take driving serious, just get the Supra. And I was like, okay. So then I got the Supra. I was searching for a while, and then I kind of got desperate, but then I ended up finding the one that I got. That one, it was at the Cerritos Toyota, the AutoNation in Cerritos. It was red, which is a color I did not want. And then it was listed, I think, at like 59. But it was, and I still have yet to confirm, but I honestly think it was one of the Saban development cars, because it had the hood, it had the garnishes, it had the lip, everything like that. It had like the full parts catalog. Yeah, I had the full parts catalog, and I ended up making a deal with them, got the car, and immediately after that, like, my hate for the Supra kind of went away driving it maybe within the first like week or two.
See, but what hurt me the most, Nick, is that you bought a Supra that was sick. It had a full carbon, it had a carbon hood, carbon lip, carbon door garnishes, and like a trunk lip.
Oh my god, I forgot I had all that, dude.
Yeah, it was sick. And then what'd you do? You sold all of it.
Okay, you have to understand, for people that don't know, I'm 22, right? I'm not the most financially stable. I mean, ultimately, yeah, it was a big purchase for me, and in that sense, I ended up selling all of those pieces because I was able to make a lot of money back. I made like $6 to $7 grand back off of parts, which I then used for track parts right away. So, because it's the direction I wanted to go. I didn't buy the car to be more aesthetically pleasing. I wanted it to be to where it was more functional. Yeah, I mean, I feel like, well, I got the car in March. Maybe from like April to May, it was really planning and getting everything ready for the first stages of track preparation. That's what I used it towards.
How do you feel, Ivan?
I wasn't here. I had no say in the Supra.
Ivan wasn't here.
I would have talked him out of it.
And what would you have suggested instead? E39, M5.
E90, M3.
E90.
Yeah.
E90.
4 doors more.
Shit.
Okay, yeah, you're talking about me though. This is Mr. Nick Aguayo, where I could drive around without a passenger seat because I get no bitches.
Oh my god, dude.
Nick is single, if anyone's wondering.
Put his app over here, dude. Put his app.
Put his Tinder
Put my
bio
email,
right
bro.
here.
Nick@StudioRSR.com.
Drop the IG.
Word is that this roll cage was made specifically to go in where the passenger seat goes, so he had an excuse as to why he didn't have.
If you ever see me wear a shirt that says FTP, it's not for the people, it's not fuck the police, it's fuck the passenger.
Going back to your driving, right? Like, where do you... Okay, you got it in March, and then I don't remember when you did stuff to it.
First track day with the car was June 3rd.
Damn, that's a big stretch. March, April, May, June. Yeah.
It was supposed to be before that, but my car wasn't ready.
I feel like you modded it very fast.
Because we did it in stages, right? So like the first stage was lowering springs. It was lowering springs, wheels, and tires. But that was when I was still sponsored by Nitto, so I was using NT01s on the tiny wheels.
Did we ever get to track your car in
stock
100%
form?
stock form?
Nope.
Oh, okay. So, like, what I'm getting at is, like, was it better that we didn't mod your car completely, straight onto coilover, straight onto aero, power, which you still don't have, by the way?
Hey, that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Yeah. So yeah, is that better, you think, looking back at it?
I honestly think so, yeah.
That we went in stages?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, that's what we always suggest when when people want to like learn their car and not just mod it
Mods progress with your skill level.
Yeah.
And it teaches you more that way too.
So for someone who's never tried like me, why?
Why?
Yeah. Why
So-
stages versus just all out build a track car?
Someone who hasn't tracked like you yet.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, guys, Ivan's car is an E39 M5. So, I don't think we should track that car.
Yeah. Fully automatic.
But anyway, when Ivan tracks, the reason... Well, say the question again. Sorry, fuck.
So for somebody like me that hasn't tracked yet, what would be the reason to build the car in stages versus just all out building a track car?
Great question. You want to answer?
No, but I know
Okay,
why.
so... No, I'm just kidding.
I know why people feel like that because like they don't know really how to drive good yet, and they're scared that if their car is not at the level of everyone else that they usually see out at the track, that they're not either they're gonna crash or they're just wasting their time out there.
I think that's one aspect of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to dive into that, but I think it is better to learn the car first, what Dillon's saying, because as a new driver to the track, most of the cars that you're going to be using on track are going to be faster than what your skills are as a driver, if that makes sense. So you need to learn the car first before the car is basically, if you overbuild your car, it's going to be doing everything for you. And then you won't learn like the nuances of feeling understeer, controlling it, feeling oversteer, controlling that. And then, and then when you go into coilovers, it's like balancing the weight shift and keeping the weight transfer correct and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
So is it better to outdrive your car and then upgrade it from there, versus your car being, like you said, not way ahead of your skill level?
Correct. So like you'd have to basically as a driver be faster than your car I guess. I don't know what the fuck I'm trying to say. Do you guys get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I feel like in the long run too, that saves people money. A little bit, because they don't really know what they're doing, and they buy certain things that aren't the best for what they're trying to do with the car.
Yeah.
Or they hear it from people who don't really.
They hear it from Facebook and freaking forums.
Yeah.
From people who've never tracked their car.
And then they end up buying springs 3 times or coilovers twice. And, instead of just doing one thing at a time, saving up the money, getting the quality items that you need.
Yeah, because there's been so many customers that we've met through the years that haven't had the right direction or guidance, right? And then they end up doing what you said, spending for the same part budget multiple times, plus the labor
multiple times.
And then the most important thing is you lose the time.
Yeah.
Like if your car's built, then you should be using that time to actually drive on track. It's already hard enough to get to the track and take a day off and
it's probably harder to get used to the car that way too.
I threw it away. I'm in the green.
Compared to a 221, that was a big gap though.
No, but the green was off of your time.
221. Oh, you're green. But yes, so
you know what I'm saying though? Like if you buy springs 4 different times or you're jumping from coilover to coilover.
Yeah, you don't even get to learn. You get to
because your car's
feel
always
setup.
changing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Let me hop on this then.
Shout out to Sebastian Chaka who just placed his order.
Probably the slowest person here.
Well, I don't think you're going to go any faster with a mic in your hand.
So downshifting is overrated anyway.
Come on, dude, I'm out of gas. Can you reset it, man?
Yeah, buddy.
Nice.
Fresh tires do that, huh?
That's what happens when you daily a truck, dude. You forget how to drive.
Okay, so going on from, that's a good transition, I guess, is, having your car ready so that you can actually drive it. We did a lot this year with our Supra. So we got to do Pikes Peak, we won GTA last year, whatever. The goal was then to do Pikes Peak. We did that, finished, and then as soon as that was done, we had to like see how we would do on the local tracks. And for me, it was like, holy crap, what if we're slower? But fortunately, we got to do Grid Life. It was definitely faster there, but then we blew the motor. So we've been debating, and the guys have been egging me on to do certain swaps, but I've got one swap in mind. But I don't know why you guys want to. What are the swaps that you guys want to do?
Okay, so well, I think it was James and Chuck. They want to do is it twin turbo or turbo LS?
It's either NA or twin turbo.
I think it's a twin turbo
with
LS.
a sequential trans.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So full on unorthodox build that's capable of freaking 1,300 horsepower, freaking Ferris status.
Sam Solik.
You know?
He's referring to Ferris Kartoumi.
Yeah.
Shout out Ferris.
You know, shout out to Ferris. That guy's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Right? But something that's crazy along those lines. Or we could even do, I mean, and not necessarily
it was a budget
swap.
thing.
Yeah.
We were talking about it, and then
like if we have X amount, what can we do with it, right?
yeah.
I said EV swap. I know it's lame, but I feel like the potential there, you know, you don't have to worry about blowing the motor, coolant, oil, altitude.
But the thing is, if we go
battery, what if you fry the battery and you're done? Like,
True. No, if we go EV swap, then it puts us into a different category.
But you can't like turn down the
It puts us into
battery
EV
motor or
categories.
something. God damn it.
I guess we could still do GTA classes and Grid Life classes, but you know.
Imagine.
No, I feel like if you're EV swapped, you're automatically unlimited, right?
Yeah, it has to be.
Yeah, but I feel like
But it's not a
yeah, it doesn't-
power can
yeah,
be
you're
whatever
right.
you want it to be. You could be 1200.
No,
then how do you
there's
determine
there's drivetrain swap rules. It's like per something. I don't know. It's in the rule book. So what's the take from the classic, more old school and purists? I can't even say you're a purist, dude.
I said an S85, but that's the worst possible.
S85. When they run right, which is a rare occasion.
I just want to hear it. I just want to hear it go down the track.
Yeah. But Ryan Turk's already killed it with the V10 Judd Supra. Yeah. I want to hear that car in person.
The only car that's the easiest to break on this game.
Oh yeah.
He always blows.
If you guys drive a Assetto Corsa and have tried to drive Ryan Turk's Formula Supra on Assetto Corsa,
The motor always blows if you keep damage available. You redline it twice and it just blows.
LS with the sequential sounds good, man.
It's so basic.
I feel like if you go LS, the maintenance on the car, if need be, is going to be a lot cheaper too.
That is true.
And then standalone, I think it's going to just be a lot easier.
Ferris is probably like watching this like, what are you guys thinking?
You guys don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, well then talk about the option that you want to do. He wants to do
So I want to do the first S58 swap.
as if the MN's not in the Nürburgring already being.
Yeah, but that's why I want to do it first.
But you're not first.
To the public.
Okay, hold on. Let's do a time frame check. It is about to be December 29th. Let's just call it the brand new year, January 1st. We have CODA in 3 months, March 9th.
Well, that's also why I'm taking it into consideration, because if I do decide to try and do the S58 swap, that kills a lot of the schedule. Theoretically, right, with the stuff that we've researched and know that we can do, if everything went well and then the coders worked it out, which we know they supposedly they have worked out, and then we just hit start and we didn't do anything for a month. Not even a month, dude. It wouldn't even take that long.
I feel like
Like,
there's so
I'm
many
over-
things that could go wrong.
I
I'm
know,
over here.
and it never goes
stressing.
right,
I'm
so-
over here stressing, wondering if my car is going to be ready for CODA. This guy doesn't even have a motor in his car.
Yeah, but all right, let's just keep it simple and then put another B58 in it. That'll take a week. Less.
Yeah.
We got the engine out in a day, so
How many times have we done that?
a few times, dude. A few times. That's why we're so good at it.
I'm just saying. I mean, and then, well, I think what KLM is coming out with that series where you could build the block now, right, or build the motor.
The B58 or the S58?
The B58.
Well, there's been built B58s for a long time.
Oh,
yeah. But the cool thing is that's really making me even want to do the S58 even more is when the R44 wagon was here, we got the cool opportunity to meet Tom Wrigley and his team and Reese and all them and Dillon, and we got to chatting about what they're trying to do for their S58 stuff. So they have a semi-built, easily done built engine that's going to be capable of over 1,000 horsepower.
Yeah.
So when he told me that, I was like,
yeah.
Well, at the time the motor wasn't blown yet, so that wasn't even a thought.
Well, when you're saying also with the kit that they have too.
Yeah, with the turbo kit because they have the single turbo.
When they installed the turbo kit here, that thing sounded insane.
Yeah. So when I say simple, I think they're, it's not like
These things are race cars. They're never simple. I mean, everybody should know that. But
it's not a $25,000 forged S58 build.
Yeah.
It's a
because the motors are stout. The motors are already capable of being able to hit the 700 mark, being pushed on track and whatnot. So
yeah.
But here's also the biggest thing with your car, and especially with the Supras as well, is you need to upgrade a transit all that power.
Well, if
you do the S58 swap, then you'd be switching to what? DCT?
No, I'd keep the ZF8.
The ZF8,
yeah.
EV swap.
Yeah, but you need a built one.
And then the ZF8 that is required to do the S58 swap comes from a car that we potentially don't need to build the trans.
What?
Can't say yet, dude.
Oh.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't know where the Supra's gonna go this year, but I am going to drive it again.
What are our goals? So we have Coda in mind, right?
Yeah. I mean, no matter what, you're gonna do Coda.
Yeah.
We're gonna do Coda in the M2, the G87.
Yeah.
So will the Supra be there? That will depend on what we decide on the engine swap.
I was at that point, I honestly think if it ends up going in that route, if the Supra doesn't make it to Coda, right? I feel like we should develop the M2 halfway through the season, and then still work on the Supra, but then do it as a redemption run. Take home trophies for both Grid Life Laguna and GTA.
In what?
In the Supra, towards the end of the year.
Oh, towards the end of the year.
Yeah, that should be more than enough time. But on the first half...
Well, I hope Grid Life comes back to Laguna.
Yeah, they are. It's already confirmed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I saw they got Thunder Hill?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also...
Yeah.
What? I know for GTA this year, it's going to be in unison with Ascend at Pikes Peak International Raceway.
I know, that's the other thing. So now... Let's throw Pikes Peak back into the mix. That's in June, right? Let's just call it June.
Yeah.
Because we have to have the car ready. We got to transport logistics.
Let me pull it up.
But that's a...
Oh, what we were talking about last week. My thought, right? That's all you're going to go into?
Yeah, but then that's what I'm saying. If it depends on the engine that we do. That's... I mean, it's nice to have a pressure time to finish a car, But that's always why it's last minute.
Well, because what I'm gonna do is we're gonna be competing Coda in March, and then is the Global Time Attack round before or after Pikes Peak?
I don't know, dude.
Well, for example, it's gonna go to Colorado for Pikes Peak International Raceway (PPIR), and then from that point, it's gonna get transported, and I'm gonna send it to the Grid Life round that is in, I think,
that's
East
one
Coast.
thing too. Do we do Coda and Pikes Peak, or do we spend the time and go do tracks that we've never done before? In the Midwest to the East Coast.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
I want to.
Yeah.
I mean, as we all know, I know there's a couple of East Coast guys out there that do a lot of A lot of talking.
So yeah, I don't know. Should we go out to the Midwest and the East Coast and do those tracks that we've never done?
I'm just tired of towing the car there and just seeing nothing.
Yeah, but you're gonna tow it, dude.
No, okay.
Sand and desert and
I've already talked to a couple of people like Pete at Grid Life, right? With the BRZ, they all threw their cars on a trailer and they shipped them over here.
I mean, I'm cool towing.
I mean,
that's
like
what I'm saying. I just want a change in scenery. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's trees and stuff. I've never
Like
seen
instead of
trees.
Texas, you're gonna go to like New Jersey.
Yeah.
That's totally different.
I'm down. Or Atlanta or
Atlanta,
Florida or something.
Is it Road Atlanta or Road America that people love?
Gary loves Road America. Or no, Road Atlanta.
Road Atlanta.
Yeah. So Gary's really dying to do Road Atlanta in the M2.
Can you see the sim on camera?
Yes.
Like the screen?
Yes.
This is embarrassing, dude.
And then there's also there's Gingerman, Watkins Glen.
You want to try?
Yeah, there's a lot.
There's so many.
But the other thing too is that the Midwest and East Coast guys have come out to Bun Willow. They've come out to Grid Life.
So we have to return.
We got to go out to them.
We have to
The East Coast guys have come to the West Coast. We've never gone. I don't know of any West Coast guys that have gone to the East Coast. Besides Coda, does that even count?
Because that's in the middle of everybody.
Yeah.
Right, because everybody's going this way, we're coming this way, and then, for example, like all of the PhD guys are going down.
I'm going to actually try.
Well, Jackie goes down because he's from Chicago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is your fastest lap?
224.
226.
No, was it 22 or 24?
Oh, my bad.
I think it was 24.
I don't know. Hey, he's down talking to you right now.
But he won't even try it. Talk all this shit, but he won't hop on, dude.
Tonight's the night, Ivan. You gotta hop on.
Tonight's
You
the night.
agreed to stay, which means you agreed for a turn.
So that wait, real quick. Dylan, we went to K1 for like Thanksgiving as like a team little like getaway thing. Dylan never used to drive the sim. He tracked the Supra a few times years ago.
Twice on R888Rs.
Yeah.
Bald R888Rs. Fully 85.
With a fire
Flame tune. Shit was sick though.
But yeah, I mean, I was really surprised that night at K1 where he did a 226 in Anaheim.
Okay,
but 0.1.
Wasn't it 226?
I mean, at 26.1.
Check it out. You know what it also correlates to, and ultimately, this kind of goes back to what you guys were talking about earlier. And
don't change the subject because Dylan beat you that night.
It's not changing the subject, right? It's because I've even witnessed this before, especially like. There's a thing called not wanting to push the limits because you don't want to fuck up your car on track.
Exactly. That's what it is.
That's what he always says.
That's what I'm saying. Like a go-kart, anybody can whip around a go-kart, you know? And that's ultimately the reason why.
Okay.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Give me the credit, Nick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This guy's really fucking fast at K1.
Yeah.
Because he just whips this shit. He has the instincts, but he just can't correlate it to the car. Go-kart's a different story.
I like grip.
Yeah. And Archer Blaze, they have that.
Wow, dude. Okay. Later, Leo. Said Leo's really fast too. So we gotta get him out on track.
Hot date tonight with his girlfriend.
Shit.
Leo, shut up.
She's gonna see the podcast.
Babe, don't watch it.
He's gonna restrict StudioRSR on anything.
No, but like the thing about me is that, like what you're saying, Nick, I'm scared to.
That was
I mean, scared is not. I don't know if scared is the word, but it seems very financially irresponsible to get a $60,000 car and then potentially throw it into a wall. Do I miss driving on track? Yes, but.
So what did you do? What did you buy recently?
Okay, so I sold the Supra and I got a truck to do the off-road stuff. And then it was too expensive to mod my truck the way I wanted it to. So I bought a Can-Am.
Switch me. I'm gonna drive. You got a Can-Am.
I did.
Okay.
23 Turbo RR. Yeah, it's great. I love it.
Pass it around. Ivan, you want to go?
But I think if I was to track again, I would probably, I don't know, just get like I don't know what car it would be though. Something like
the 135
sub 20 grand. Well, that thing was clapped. I wouldn't even make it to the track, bro.
This guy had a 135i, a spur of the moment purchase. It had a quick release intake on it.
Bought it for $3,000. Sold it for $7,000.
I don't know if you should say how much you bought it for. The guy buying is gonna be like, what the fuck?
It is what it is.
We did work on it though.
We did. We fixed it.
Put our touch on it.
Yeah.
Sure, dude. But yeah.
So what are your goals this year, Nick?
I think I have it maybe like 80% finalized because I was really going back and forth with really reflecting on last year. First off, right? Yeah. So the goal, I don't think it was established until maybe Grid Life, for example, because Grid Life was what, September? Uh-huh. We just put the Aero on my car. That was my first event on Aero. Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, it was pretty close.
Yeah, it was September. Yeah. It was like end of September.
Grid Life Laguna?
Yeah.
It was that long ago?
I think so.
I feel like it was like last month.
Okay, no, Grid Life.
It had to have been like October. Like,
no, it wasn't last month.
Dude, there was.
Think about it.
After there was.
Think about it. November 10th was GTA.
Shit.
Grid Life Laguna. Oh, October 23rd?
Yeah, I thought it was like the end of October.
No, was
it?
it?
Yeah, because SEMA was like the first week of November.
Yeah, okay, October 23rd. That was Laguna.
Okay.
But okay, October, that was the first event we threw on Aero. I just got like the tiny bit of power increase. So
the E50.
Yeah, the E50.
Turbo, yeah.
Exactly. And I think people still need to realize, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I'm still on stock brakes, still on stock transmission, stock turbo.
Yeah.
That's why, like, ultimately the goal for GTA was to try and beat Jackie's stock drivetrain Supra record, which he did a 150 point, I forgot what it was, but the car had a 59 in it. And I mean, ultimately the record.
49.
Yeah, 49. Yeah, I had a sub 50 on it. For people that don't know, I didn't get a finished GTA. The front right coilover blew up. But I did clock
I'm pretty sure everyone knows, dude.
Yeah, I clocked I clocked the 152. I clocked the 152.2. Right, and that was like me maybe giving it 75-80% on the first ever session of Saturday.
Yeah.
There was a lot of room in the book, but immediately of the session after, that's what happened to the car. But car felt great, and ultimately, like I said, it was still like a whole learning curve, like being able to adapt. And now going into 2024, first off, before COTA, I want to make sure that the car is dialed and ready, but I am going to break that record. I'm going to do a 49 on stock turbo, stock brakes. And then when I do, I have two paths. I either go for, then again, break every stock drivetrain turbo Supra record on all of the courses and compete 2024 that way, or I end up just upgrading everything and just going for it all, because I'm very confident enough.
So your car is at the point, which is what we were discussing the other night, where if you go for power, right, then you're gonna have to go and spend a big
15 to 20 grand,
to like be competitive with all the other cars with the same amount of power.
But then again, if you think about it in street class, that would put me at the top. I feel like, I mean, with that much.
Darrell's cars, like, and now James Choi's car.
Built by us. You know. But I mean, like I said, from seeing how much driving has changed for me, and ultimately, like, there's a couple of other series that opened up the door for me that I'm also going to be participating and competing as well to make me a better driver overall. So, and like I said, obviously, I knew I was going to take this serious. So, all of this stuff I'm going to take as much as I can, and then just utilize it. But specifically with the Supra, like, I don't know. Do I keep it minimal and, you know, just try and maximize and squeeze the absolute heck out of it? Or
freaking A, dude. It's always the last turn.
Or do I just keep throwing away the pennies and making it ultimately, like, because I don't think I see the Supra being more than a street class car. For me, at least.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Again, guys, I don't know if you've heard, but I like. A lot of the time, as much as I love how the Supra is right now and how fast it is, I miss driving it on the street. And I tell everybody who comes through here, through the shop, like, when they ask like, where should I, what should I do to my car, blah blah blah. Where your car's at right now, Nick, is like perfect.
Yeah,
you can daily
full
drive
interior, daily drivable.
It's fucking crazy lap times.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So going to limited class is kind of like where your car becomes purpose only.
Because I mean, there are a couple of guys that I know of that are pushing limited class, but still are within streetable limits. For example, like they could still have the full interior, but they have like bigger splitters or bigger wing or whatnot. But like they don't meet the rule book requirements due to those reasons. But the rules are tricky ultimately, and everybody that competes in GTA or Grid Life, they know like. For example, what was his name? Dewey. I met Dewey at Grid Life, and he goes and uses the GC, the wide body, right? Yeah. He was by far smoking everybody at Grid Life. Yeah. He was running a 30. He was running track mod times, like podium track mod times in street mod. Yeah. Because I was talking to him, and
he got bumped up, didn't he?
No, he didn't.
Oh.
Sorry to his motor, but his motor blew. Remember?
Oh, that's right.
It was the one that, But like he took, it was the black, pink, and blue like Subaru, the wide body one. It was the wide body version of the old Subaru I used to have.
Was that the car that was right across from us?
No.
That was the Evo.
That was the Evo. Yeah. Well, anyways, like he squeezed every ounce possible in the rule book that you could think of to maximize his efforts into being a street. Yeah, exactly. Like all props to him, and that's ultimately the reason why he took the championship for that class. Yeah. I mean, he's crazy fast. He was doing 30s in street mod. Just to give everybody else perspective, I think. Besides him, the second fastest person was, I think, a 33 or 34? Yeah. Or I think, Cal, I think he did 32. Yeah. Something like that. But yeah, like, the rules are crazy. And for me, I knew the basic parameters. 5-inch splitter, wing element in the rear. That's pretty much all I went off of. Everything else was, like, very simple and minimalistic. Yeah. I was the least, I want to say not slowest, but the Supra that had the least amount of horsepower. I was running my map. I was running at like 420, 430 horsepower. Yeah. E50 blend, like nothing crazy. Yeah. Versus you have poor everything like that. Yeah. So I left it. Yeah, I left it at that just because it makes it so much more room for improvement as far as driving capability goes. Yeah. Because like how you were saying before, you don't want to necessarily move up until you outdrive the car. Correct. Yeah, and I think the coaching tips and tricks that you've given me and all of that advice and coaching definitely helped and kind of opened up a third eye in a sense. Yeah. As far as that goes. And which has been really fun. Because even like
watching you progress in this short amount of time was like really crazy.
Yeah, and it's even cool because like now going into the 2024 season, even though that I wouldn't say I'm like fully established, but I even have like a couple of clients myself that I'm doing the same thing you did to me. Now I'm doing to them and helping them with their track builds. Yeah. So like I'm acting as a coach and ultimately makes me look at a couple of things differently. And I come from a coaching background from like my father and my family as far as like basketball goes. Like I used to be a coach for the youth and whatnot. So looking at it and using it all, really opens up, like I said, like that third eye. And
then talking about other drivers, right? Like, talk about GRMovement and Beamer Challenge real quick. Yeah. So we didn't get to do Beamer Challenge like all this year because of Pikes Peak and a bunch of other stuff going on. But we're looking to do it next year and do the whole season. But it's crazy how much the Beamer Challenge guys have progressed. Yeah. Like B1 Unlimited class is like the most packed class now. And then Bailey's over here doing 45s, 145s, a bundle of back to back to back. Multiple, like probably I think Ellie said there was 6 cars doing sub 50. Yeah. Which is just crazy. Which is more, it was almost more competitive in B1 Beamer Challenge than it was at Global Time Attack.
But see, and here's the thing too, like with B1, it's all of those crazy, fully gutted, fully caged cars. Like if you were to take
That's true.
If you were to take all of the B1, like majority of the B1 cars, they're all limited class cars and above.
Yeah.
I think it's.
But the times they were running, at the end of the day, we're still hella competitive
because
with
they're
GTA.
they're not like GTA drivers. Like they're just people, like Beamer Challenge. It's a less. I wouldn't. It's as competitive, but it's just a different series. Yeah.
Yeah. It's more laid back, which is fun.
Yeah. Exactly.
And then on top of that, the GRMovement guys, like we didn't get to do that many events with them either this whole year, so we're looking forward to doing more with them in 2024.
I still have to figure out. I think I took third for a limited for the season because they didn't announce third and I wasn't there.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I forgot to text Trail.
But yeah, there's so many of those guys too who also moved up class. And
I'm personally calling out David. It's time for you to move up to unlimited. No, I'm just kidding.
Who's
No.
Oh, Jansen?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Jansen is always fast.
Yeah. And shout out to Jansen. He came out to GTA too.
Yeah,
his car looked amazing.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's really cool because like we really started getting competitive and doing a lot of track days like 3 years ago, right? And then seeing the people who were just starting then too, and then now they're running crazy times. So.
Seeing everybody's progress, I honestly think is just the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you guys have any questions, I don't think I'm going to beat the 220 tonight. I don't know what's wrong. I'm like 2 seconds off the time, dude. Maybe because I'm talking while driving.
Last turn.
It is the last turn.
So you haven't dipped in a 221 here?
No, not
at all today?
We didn't change anything on the pedal setup, did we?
No.
Oh.
Nick sabotaged you.
How? It wasn't even here.
Are the brakes on?
That's what he was. That's what he would say.
Oh gosh, bro.
Yeah. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with us during a little after work session. But yeah, please hit us up. Follow us on Instagram at StudioRSR. Hope to see you guys in the comments below, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
And it's a new year, so it's time to buy some parts, people. So hit me up.
Let's go to the track.
Yeah.